Crucial 13, you are appreciated. Shout out to you.
Get crucial.
I'm hungry. I need some bacon. Look at this.
Look at this. This is the city I'm in right now.
One night at 2 in the morning, I was hanging out there, okay? And they go, you know, you can hang out here, but upstairs they're doing something, but you cannot go up there in the belly room. I go, it's closed. Who gives a fuck? He's like, there's something going up there. Do not go up there. But I went up there. You know, the back entrance, up the black. I opened up that back thing, right? It's pitch black in there, but I see candles, right? I swear to God, I saw this. 15 people wearing hoods and purple cloaks.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I knew some type of activity like this was happen in this bitch.
Okay? And they're chanting. Right? And then, so I go back downstairs and I wait to see. They come down after the seance. You know who I saw? One of them was Lily Tomlin. Okay? The second one was Bob Zamuda. You know Bob Zamuda? And they were seancing Andy Kaufman's ghost.
Lily Tomlin and Bob Zamuda, who has a famous picture with Jim Carrey, who played Andy Kaufman, were summoning Andy Kaufman. Bob Zamuda summoned Andy Kaufman, and so did Jim Carrey in that movie. Tell me he didn't.
I think it's been a long process, and I'm not saying that I don't get caught up in the story, because the story is fucking compelling sometimes. But it was definitely an important moment in the process where I found myself subjugating Jim Carrey for Andy Kaufman and Tony Clifton, and then at the end of it looking for Jim Carrey again and having trouble finding him. And at a certain point I realized, hey, wait a second, you know, if it's so easy to lose Jim Carrey, who the hell is Jim Carrey? And there was this Spielbergian kind of rack focus at that point where, like Roy Scheider on the beach, where I was kind of watching from another place,
It sounds to me like just how everyone else does it, something was occupying his vessel and he was watching it happening. Now at this point, this shit shouldn't seem so damn far-fetched. I mean, so far the people involved in all this shit are really Democratic Party supporters and stuff, and liberal agenda ideologists. I just made all that shit up. This is only satire. It's all entertainment.
And there's been a series of kind of awakenings I've had in my life, and you know, people chalk it up to depression and all that stuff. I think that, you know, grief and sadness and all those things are the ticket home to nothing. I think that was a part of the process. There's been several other awakenings, and yet still I have a lot of egoic attachments that pull my attention and focus.
He just literally explained what I've been saying. A lot of people think all these celebrities is straight up demonic and they just worship Satan 24/7, all this shit. Remember what I said? A lot of the real high-ranking witches, they practice righteousness for the whole year until it's time to do the rituals so that demon they put in their body can experience all that harvested positive ass energy that it's here to feed on. And you hear what he said, depression and all that shit is a ticket back home to nothing. These things come from nothing. They're here to get this light. Going back home is nothing for them. They want to advance in the frequency, which they can't, but they're still here to do that.
I think, you know, the right marriage with the right character and the right guy who's going through something is essential, you know. Now I feel like when I'm playing characters or whatever, I'm painting or doing whatever, you almost have to, now I have to believe that I'm a character, that, you know, I'm playing a character who believes he's real. So there's an extra kind of leap of faith that has to happen. You know, I don't believe I'm real, but if I play a character who's struggling, which most of them are, I have to believe entirely in his plight.
And this why the really good actors, they not just going in there acting. They really practice esoteric wisdoms and knowledges, and they're really bringing these spirits into the fucking world. They're not going in there as themselves. Ask Beyonce, ask all these other people that said they transform into something every time they're on the stage. And people could say that's just a metaphor for like, I'm in my zone type shit. Like, I done transformed. No, it's not. The highest ranking elite artists or celebrities and all this shit, Hollywood, whatever, channel energies and spirits.
When Mitzi's funeral, in Mitzi's funeral, so Al Madrigal goes, you know, everyone's there, right?
Yeah.
And so Al Madrigal goes, hey man, let's just sit over here to the side. But for some reason, when we sat down, like all the cool comics sat with us. So first Bill Burr, right, and a couple of other people, and then Jim Carrey walks, and there was a gap between me, Bill Burr, and a bunch of people. Jim Carrey sits right next to me. I go, Susan, are you? Oh, sad. We funeral, are you? Right? And he takes his hand, and he puts it on my back, and he kind of just rubs it.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like, oh, this guy is so fucking cool.
He's very connected.
He's
to
like a really cool, connective kind of.
You can tell you could tell he's very in the moment. He's very present.
Yeah.
I embarrassed myself when I asked him one time. I said, Jim, where are you living now? And he, so stupid.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm kind of everywhere, man. And I was like, I know.
Why did you
Why
ask
am I
that?
asking a billionaire where he lives?
Why did you ask that?
They live wherever they need to live. He can live here. He can live there. He can live in LA for half the year. He can live in Canada.
Or he's mastered himself and his spirit can leave his fucking body.
Crucial 13, you all appreciated. Shout out to you.
Get crucial. I'm hungry. I need some bacon. Look at this.
Look at it. This is the city I'm in right now.